This is Joshua Hart here for Seconds Out. Delighted as always to be joined by my good friend Dreamland Jeremiah Milton. Jeremiah, it's good to see you, my friend. How is everything?
Yo, I mean, me personally, I can't complain. Life is going pretty good. Um, Great plans to be back out next year. Those will be coming out soon. So yeah, I'm in a good position right now.
Very, very good to hear. We'll dive straight into things. Last night in Texas, we saw a fight, and I know I've said this in every interview for those who watch most Seconds Out interviews, but I'm going to say it again. In 2024, I did not believe I'd be sat here and saying to people that Jake Paul would be fighting Mike Tyson. But it happened. We saw it last night. What was your thoughts on it, Jeremiah?
Like I just told you off camera, be prepared. I'm about to talk a lot of shit today because I never woke up feeling like I just still stewing over a fight, and I'm stewing over this one, man. Like, you know what? Like, Uh, I don't know what they'll happen after the pandemic. Did we wake up in a fucking parallel universe, one of them slip pocket universes or some shit? Because how the hell did we even get this fight? And why wasn't it more people like saying, yo, maybe this isn't a fucking good idea? You know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson at 58. Screw it. You know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson is Mike Tyson. He made his money. But I mean, look, we wasn't sold on no damn charity fight, good feeling. Oh, well, Mike, you got back in the ring. Now, that's the man fucking life. You know what I'm saying? He dies up in there and everybody's looking like, oh, what the hell happened? But, respect to Jake Paul for not teeing off on him. But then it just made for a very lackluster event, because people didn't know how to fucking feel. You could tell in the audience, you know what I'm saying? They were just looking like by round four, people were like, holy shit, I just paid for this. And they wanted to boo, but then they had the decency to realize, like, we can't boo Mike. He's fucking 58 years old. So you guys got exactly what the hell you wanted. And to everybody out there that was being super delusional, talking about it's Mike Tyson, it's Mike Tyson at 58 years old, dog. 58 is still 58. Motherfucker's 60, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, um, shit don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? So you guys want to live in the fucking glory days and act like there ain't shit going on. Like, wake up, bro. Everybody needs to wake the fuck up. What that Eddie Abu be saying, wake the fuck up. Like this right here, you guys need to fucking get on some red meat again. I don't know, but y'all fucking full of shit for that fight even happening. And I mean, like I say, um, so many old motherfuckers and stupid motherfuckers unaware, you know what I'm saying, of what the reality was gonna be. And I'm sitting here arguing with people. I'm like, bro, but the dude is 58, okay? Like, I don't know. It's unfortunate. I hated watching that, but of course I was gonna watch it. It's Mike Tyson. It's already happening. It's rolling. You feel me? And what a circus. Undercard was great. Undercard was great, but yeah, everybody involved. You guys suck. You know what I'm saying? And could you imagine? I'm the guy that's been around sparring with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine being a sparring partner that gets the call like, "Hey, we need you for a 58-year-old man." Yo, these guys that were helping him get ready are ass. You know what I'm saying? Especially Mac Truck and motherfucking DeAndre Savage. You guys got to be some of the most shittiest boxers. Because I was looking at the tapes. You had a chance to punch this dude in the face. He called you over there. And y'all over there getting dropped, getting worked. Fucking total embarrassment. You guys aren't really proper heavyweights, man. So, I mean, yeah, stick over there with Jake Paul. That's where you belong.
Well, we've got a lot to break down here from what you've been saying. So we'll start off by one of the observations that I made when the fight was first made. Originally, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson was set to be an exhibition fight, but then there's a lot of backlash on social media saying, "Oh, it's not a real fight." Then, so it then gets turned into a professional fight, and then the backlash drops from the casual audience, but from us guys in the boxing world, the backlash piles up. What do you first of all make of a commission allowing so many rules to be twisted for a professional fight?
Yeah, it's not a professional fight. I mean, look, 3-minute rounds. That's where we go. The ladies, even some of the ladies are fighting for fucking 3-minute rounds. So, look, that's just what Mike could hold at 58 years old. A 2-minute round. That's what he felt most comfortable with. Um, fucking there was so much bullshit around it. I mean, at the end of the day, like you know, it was terrible when it was announced. The only people to have gained anything is a financial gain from Mike Tyson and those around him and Jake Paul and those around him. But this fight done it did nothing. I mean, to those fuckers that paid $3 million for those ringside seats, I'd like to see what the hell they waking up feeling like today. Oh, was that fucking great? You know what I'm saying? Hey, money don't make everything. Jake Paul got up there cussing everybody out, talking about I make more money than you, taking a shit. Like, bro, does that make you real, bro? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you guys made a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? You had the world watching, but um, yeah, I hope this is an opportunity for people to wake the fuck up, you know?
For Jake Paul now, do you feel this fight was kind of a lose-lose for him anyway? Because if he wins, he's beat a 58-year-old Mike Tyson. If he loses, obviously he's lost the fight. Do you feel there was, from day one, the second this fight was first discussed, there was nothing to gain for Jake Paul?
Nothing but a hump sum of money, like a heap of cash, you know what I'm saying? Like there was nothing that this was gonna do for him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, we can give Mike Tyson a pat on the back for wow, look at this 58-year-old can still get in there and get punched in the head. Amazing. You feel me? Um, Other than that, there was nothing. Yeah, there was nothing clout wise, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's just it's just sick, bro. Bottom line is sick, man. Like Netflix picking this up. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I'm not sure where we're at in life. Yeah, and the thing about it was I actually received a phone call to come spar with Mike in preparation for this. And of course I would have done it. I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's Mike Tyson. But even at that, you know what I'm saying, I was being told like, hey, this dude is not in his prime, so don't come up in here smacking up on Mike Tyson. And that's the reality of it, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm like, yeah, of course I'm not gonna go in there, punch up on Mike Tyson. So like when you're already planning your camp around all these hurdles and stuff like that, there's only a few ways that the fucking fight can go, you know what I'm saying? And it's just a blessing he didn't get knocked out.
Post-fight, Mike Tyson obviously was doing his rounds with the media in the ring. Um, and it came out and he said that he wants to do it again. He wants to fight again. When you hear things like that, and especially when you sat there last night as the fight's going, scrolling through your social media, and it was sad to see how many people in boxing weren't enjoying it. It was saying it was just a really, really sad watch and sad to see. How can we get it so Mike Tyson doesn't fight again? And do what type of people does he need around him?
Uh, he needs people that already have their finances together, they don't have to stand to make a financial gain around him, which is impossible. I mean, he's always gonna be the bag, you know what I'm saying? The name recognition, all this stuff. But I mean, yeah, I'd hope his stock and interest has plummeted all the way to the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Because he obviously does not give a fuck, ass out and everything. He's just gonna make the money. Um, I think at the end of the day, it's gonna take people like stepping in and intervening. But somebody's always gonna look to make some money off of this. Is just the way the world works. I mean, until you fucking die, they're gonna try to squeeze everything out of you. And yeah, it might not be the last time we see Tyson, but at least if we see him, let him get in there and do another old man grudge match or something like that, where it's like the stakes ain't so high. Um, he hasn't like he's living well now, but his body still has years of you don't get a new body, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you try to do, you can't undo all these things in your past and I mean, fucking he needs to fight somebody else to 60 at least.
Just talking of that, obviously you mentioned at the start about the delusion of people thinking that Mike was going to be able to knock out Jake. But the way I've been explaining it to people is this isn't Iron Mike Tyson that we all knew. This is Iron Mike Tyson, years on from retirement, who has had to battle addiction of drugs, alcohol to get back into this position. that damage is going to be done to the body, and you're never going to get that same Iron Mike that we used to know and love back in the day. Is that just is that just another observation where you think people bought into the hype too much?
Yeah, yeah, and absolutely. And Mike bought into. I don't believe that he truly felt like he was gonna lose. I think he really believed that he was gonna go out there and land one. And the thing about it is the mind. The mind plays tricks on us more than anything. And in his mind, he's still Iron Mike Tyson, but his body is more like copper wire or some shit. Tinfoil. And it's just unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? Like he could take a punch better than DeAndre Savage because I mean he didn't go down from those shots. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Father Tom is undefeated. We say these things for a reason. And the boxers, we're fighters, man. We're born fighters, you know what I'm saying? We're like we got something different in us to truly be amongst, and in these situations. But at the end of the day, like, that's where it takes somebody intervening because you're always gonna feel like, man, I got one more ride in me. I got one more ride in me. And I mean, you seen him, he was going back and forth with himself during the whole build up, like, you sure? You sure? I got more, I got more. You know what I'm saying? You're giving it your best, man, but like you can't put that, call on the line with something fresh off the market, because when you start revving through those gears, man, it's gonna bite back. And I mean, he couldn't get over the hump last night. I mean, the slap was very telling of what things were gonna be, in my opinion. When he slapped Jake Paul and it pretty much had no reaction. Everybody thinks everything is staged too. It's fucking not staged. You get what the fuck you pay for. Um, so when he slapped him and it didn't do nothing to him, it's just I don't understand bone structure like that, but I know like that you lose this little spring and snap too. And people are like, well, the power is gonna be the last thing to go. And I had one old dude try to compare it to like, well, if somebody was in a restaurant and they try to run up on you, would you be able to do something real quick? I'm like, would you be worried about how your body felt? That's the type of mentality he's gonna go into the ring with. Like, but it's not a street fight that's gonna last 10, 15 seconds. This is like the real deal. This wasn't one of those little Instagram reels that he's been posting, doing little fast, flashy shit. I don't care what people feel. Like I got a lot of respect for Tyson. We didn't want to see him go out like that. Um, yeah, I don't like it.
And just on Jake Paul, again, before we dive into what's next for him, what do you make of him as like what do you rate his impact on boxing and what he's done for boxing so far?
I mean, he's doing his own type of boxing. You know what I'm saying? He's making his own rules. I don't, the undercards have been boxing somewhat, but like, I don't know. I don't know what to feel about it no more. Um, people are like, "Oh, why don't you get on there and call out Jake Paul?" No, it doesn't work that way. You know what I'm saying? He's not just gonna fight just anybody or anything like that. Um, you know, he wants Canelo at motherfucking cruiserweight and is entertaining Javante Davis because of these names. But like these guys have never been cruiserweight. They've never been anything like that. Like you're literally just flipping the entire script. I think would be interesting if somebody did. Like, I've been a part of all these camps, right? And my thing is like, I'm not even gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I've just rolled off the couch and got on a fucking plane, got out there and held my own, start kicking ass, whatever. I think what somebody needs to do maybe to get him is, what if you um like the irony of all this to me is he came in there and he got all the coaches, everything. And I get it. You want to over prepare for Mike Tyson because you don't know what the fuck. Maybe 58 ain't 58, but damn it, 58 is 58. So, when you're subpar, you're mediocre like he is, he has to do all this extra hard training to get ready for a 58-year-old man. You know what I'm saying? There's no way in hell I would have gotten up for a Tyson bout. Like it wouldn't have. I'm like, what? Even when I got the sparring call, I was excited, but I was like, I can't. I'm not. I can't even change my normal scheduled training program. I said, if I go spar with Tyson, that'll just be like, something else that I did. You know what I'm saying? That's how I approached it mentally. Now I would have got in there. Who knows? Maybe he would have did something different. But all I know is the man is 58 years old. You know what I'm saying? So Um, you know, maybe somebody needs to do like what I would do if I was wanting to land a Jake Paul fight is I would do like a 24-hour all access documentary of me like taking brisk walks and like trips to the refrigerator. And then he would have a whole training camp. And I would literally just roll out of bed and go fight him on the night. And I'd kick his ass. You know what I'm saying? Off the couch, I could kick his ass. But, this guy has to pump himself up with every damn thing around him for a 58-year-old man, make it all hyped up and shit. What a joke.
And then just looking at what is going to be next for Jake Paul, what do you believe he should do next now? Obviously, you've got that win over Mike Tyson. What does the future hold for him?
I mean, really, the sky's the limit. The world is your oyster. Like I'm hearing in the comment section, Joe Biden, shit, I said Roberto Duran, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of people out there. But maybe in a realistic note, maybe he should fight his brother. I know people don't like to say it, but they seem to have this little like social awkwardness beef going on all the time. Maybe he should fight his brother. His brother knocked off his hat during the fucking. Maybe it was an accident. Maybe it was on purpose. I don't know. But he sounds like, and he disrespected Mike at the very end, talking about, "Oh, I fucking kill you." Yo, he kind of disrespected Jake because he's like, "Yo, Jake, you just went the distance with Mike Tyson. I'd take Mike Tyson the fuck out. So who the fuck are you, Jake?" That's what I read. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'd like to see Jake Paul versus Logan Paul. For the clout of the century. Like blow that shit up and get the fuck out the game.
Do you think with Jake Paul, there's an element of him taking the game seriously in the way that he prepares for his fights, but he's creating his own little boxing world here with the fights that he's making. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And the thing about it is, you know, he's like a solid little D level. It's hard to say C. I don't know if he's really C, but like, yeah, he's like that much of a boxer. Like, it's like, okay, sometimes with social media, where a lot of the older boxers get upset is because social media is so strong that like a lot of people will get famous before their talent even equates to their fame. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys aren't the boxers back in the day were a lot better
Mm.
in their own right. Yeah. That's what they could say. Not better than everybody, but for the most part, a lot of them were really fucking good. And they didn't get the attention because social media wasn't a thing. And so now social media's come around and it's made people, reach stardom faster. And Jake went straight into the limelight in the beginning of his career. He does box. Get that through your head, people. He does box. Um, but he does it on a level. It's like most local boxers that never really get out of their own little. That's where he's at. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's like, um, he's his product of great matchmaking and stuff like that. But he's like state level. If you were going to like your state national division or some shit, he would never win out of nationals or on a level like that. Yet maybe he finds it. I think he has decent power. Um, you know, like remember, boxing is still fighting, and some people got the heart to fight. Um, and yeah, he takes his entire approach very serious. But at the same time, you would almost have to if your life was on the line because you don't have the skill. So, you know, I don't know. He doesn't have the luxury of actually being talented enough to like ease off in these other departments yet.
One thing that's just been said, and it's been said for a while now when you think of Jake Paul in boxing, is that people claim that he's scared to fight legit competitors. Obviously, the one fight he had with a legit competitor was Tommy Fury, which he came up short. Do you believe that there is a bit of fear in Jake Paul to try and take these fights with guys that can genuinely test him?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. There's an element of nerves in there. Even when he's looking at Tyson, like, he took one gulp before like the bout started. You could meditate, you could say all this shit you want to say, but I mean, like, of course, there will always be some type of worry because, you know. when you're manufactured, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't truly believe this shit sometimes. And I think, he would be a guy to really have to wrestle with that a lot because he's been so like, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody around him is yes, 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 yes. Um and he's early in his career, you know what I'm saying? Like, um, he brings out guys that are, tomato cans. And then he might bring somebody in there that can really spar, like he sparred with Calvin, and I'm sure Calvin, humbled him up. But I don't know. I mean, you know, it's all fabricated to a certain degree. So, mm, but he does work hard. You can't say that he doesn't train hard, but he's training literally for his life because he's not that skilled of a boxer.
And just lastly on Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, if I had to ask you to summarize that fight and that main event in just one sentence, how would you summarize it?
I mean, I would love to just say shite or waste or anything like that, but mm, um, reality check, just reality check. It was a reality check. I think this fight can serve as one of those life lessons. You ever be in those college or university courses where they take some shit and they study it and they're like, this is where we were at as a society. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is one of those curriculums, like, where you can be like, how the fuck do we get here? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. A lot of confusion, especially in America. A lot of motherfuckers hella confused over here. Um, yeah, this could be one of those debates though. Just a reality check, you know what I'm saying? People need to stop. I don't know. Uh, you know, just wake the fuck up. Eddie Abu. Shout out to Eddie.
And just moving away from Mike Tyson, Jake Paul quickly, it's only right we get a word on your own career. Obviously, we know that you were back in September and August over summer sparring with Anthony Joshua. Since back in Vegas now, have you had any movement on getting closer to a fight date?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, I've actually got a date locked in. Um, but like I say, I'm returning next year.
Mhm.
Um, and still depends because everything has to go right with the final negotiations, but I should be wrapping up here soon. And I'm it's been on me, like part of it has been on me, like just making sure that I'm comfortable and not just put myself in any situation. So I think I've finally figured out where I would like to land. And yeah, I just feel like I just need to get back in the mix and just put some more knockouts and do what I do. But yeah, I'm toning down on the sparring because here's the thing: when you go and spar with people, people think, oh, he's in there getting his ass kicked and he's just there to help somebody else. No, no, sir, that's not Dreamland. That's not me. You know what I'm saying? I don't get the call to go get my ass kicked. And I wouldn't be getting the call to go get fucked up by Jake Paul. So like, yeah, not in all camps, in some camps you just gotta do what you gotta do to make sure that you're helping the guy out. Whether that be pull punches or do anything like that. And so like, in AJ's camp, I can do what I want to do, which has always been great, and they look out for me there. They don't try to make me, oh, emulate this, emulate. They just say, yo, be yourself, do your thing. So that's always going to be like a great resource for me to get, you know, where I want to be type stuff. Like, but a lot of times the camps are not good because, it's never about you. It's just, you're helping the other guy out and, you can't really focus on yourself. So, I'm back in Vegas and my weight's down, everything's good. Um, I feel great, man, and it's showing in the gym. So all I need to do now is jump in the ring and give y'all what y'all been waiting for, which is my people. They want to see me fight.
Is it that time now where, you've been around, you've done this sparring, but it's time where you remind everyone now, you remind the people who don't see the sparring, which is all of us, the fans around the world. Is this the start of reminding everyone who Jeremiah Dreamland Milton is?
That's it. That's it. I'm gonna show y'all why I'm getting these phone calls, why I'm asked to travel the world, why I turn down trips to Dubai, because I don't give a fuck, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can't be bought. I can't be none of that. And like I say, um, you know, all I need to do now is jump back in the ring. It's I gotta focus on myself, and on top of it, like Mike said, I gotta do this shit for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what I feel is best for me right now is just to continue to be just a bit more selfish when it comes to putting myself first.
And very last question here. Obviously, we know that you've had a long period of struggling to get a fight date and getting back in the ring as a professional fighter. How important is it that you stick true to yourself and you say you're doing this for you? Like the way I'm doing this now, interviewing you, I'm doing this for me. How important is it that you trust the process and you trust your gut and you just stick to what you want to do? Because a lot of people who would have been in your position would have, for all we know, that a lot of people could have just retired by now and said, listen, I'm not getting anywhere. But you keep trusting the process and it's showing that it's paying off with a fight date hopefully coming soon.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Patience, trust God, and then, just be stubborn about what you want. You know, um, a lot of folks are doing things for money and different things like that. And you know, that's that's not my ambition. It's not why I came into it. So like you know, my experiences sparring and stuff like that, they've all been to help me as well. And I've gathered so much on all these trips, and I'm very thankful for those opportunities to see the world and do other things. Um, but it'd be like somebody asking me to, hey, why don't you fucking be an actor tomorrow and I put you in this movie? And it sound great. And I'm like, fuck, that's pretty cool, but when you're not living your purpose, you're not living your dream, you're never going to be quite satisfied. So I'm very content not going to all these places. And I've seen a bit of the world. I live in Vegas, so like, there's that to say. If you know what that means, you know what that means. So there's a lot of stuff here. If I wanted to do things, I'd do it. Um, you got to find contentment in your own heart, and you got to understand your why. So yeah, I know why I came to Vegas. I know why I came out here to box, and I am rejuvenated. I am renewed, and I want to be exceptional in all things that I do. And you know, that's the thing. If you're doing something, just be exceptional at it, bro.
Jeremiah, I think that's a beautiful place to leave it. Some great words there for the people to take into the weekend. I appreciate your time today, and we'll catch up again very soon, my friend.
Josh, my man, always a pleasure.